think that pretty much sums up my thoughts on it. Welcome to my 2020 1000 SX Ninja Knight Rider video. No, not that Knight Rider, although it was my favourite show back in the day when I was but a kid, but the Ninja 1000 SX. This is my first night ride and my first impressions of it, but I know a few people have wanted to know what is it like to ride at night time. So to answer that question for you, I took my daughter on the back and went out for a little bit of a spin just to see what the lights were like. And what you saw at the start was my very first takeoff with the bike and my first impressions when I switched from low beam to high. Look, the low beam is quite low. You might be able to adjust it, but it certainly doesn't show much in front of you at all. However, when you click at the high beam, there's a lot that can see. I'd say that the penetration would easily be 150 meters out on the road, whereas low beam's definitely quite short, and it's going to restrict what you can see. There's no doubt about that. Probably the biggest gripe I've got with it is turning, because when you turn, there is a significant cutoff that you can see in this video. I know that's not unique just to this bike, but the cutoff is definitely there. While I was out riding, one thing, going off topic for a moment, I was able to do is find out about the cruise control and the resume settings. So here you can see in fourth gear, I have set the cruise to 50 kilometers an hour. I then changed down to third gear and I hit the resume to see where it's going to end. And in third gear, it takes me back to 50 kilometers an hour. So for those wondering whether or not the cruise was set on revs or actually on speed, I've been able to test it and conclude that the cruise control is actually set on the actual speed of the vehicle and not on the revs, which is handy to know. Anyway, getting back to the actual content of this particular segment, which is the lights at night time, I found that out of town, the high beam gives you around about 150 meters penetration is what I would imagine. It doesn't show as clearly in this video because, as with most cameras, the human eye will pick up more light than what the camera does, and it fades a little bit less than in the camera view than what I can actually see. However, this is an indication of sharp turning at night time with no street lights around. And what you're actually seeing here where the light actually cuts off, and this is on high beam as well, that is the cutoff you actually see while you're riding the bike. And it is pretty much a dead cutoff. It doesn't gradually go into the distance like you can see here now, where I can see more than what you're seeing with the camera. But on those turns, what you're seeing with the camera is pretty much what I'm seeing with the eye. It is a direct straight cutoff. Just going back to the high beam though, while we've got it, as you can see here on the open road, there is good penetration that's available with the high beam, and I was quite impressed with it out on the road. I've got no problems travelling at 100 kilometers an hour in a straight line. Switch it to low beam and all of a sudden everything disappears on you. So there is hopefully this shows the contrast between the two. When going around, corners like this, still got the same problem with that cutoff. That is quite direct. I know this corner relatively well, so I had no problems taking at that particular speed, but realistically, a corner you don't know, you're not going to be able to take it that fast at night time. Because at the end of the day, the drop-off is pretty much like the drop-off at the Great Australian Bight, which too has a sudden drop-off. This is the part of Australia that looks like a great bight has been taken out of the map, although scientists assure us that it is a result of tectonic plate changes when Australia separated from Antarctica many years ago. But they still call it the Great Australian Bight, proving that not only are they covering up a more frightening theory, but they can't spell either. But getting back to it, one of the things I would have loved to have had was an option to have put those turning lights on it that the H2 has as an optional factory extra. I would have paid for them, and maybe this is something that Kawasaki might be able to consider doing in the future as optional extras if it's practical from an engineering point of view. But all in all, I hope this video, I want to keep it short, but I hope it's just given you a bit of an idea of what the Ninja is like at night time for those that have been asking. That's about all there is to say on this video. I'll try and keep it short. I hope that the video footage combined with my comments has been of some help to those wondering about the lights, even though it doesn't fully show what I'm seeing with the naked eye. I would like to take this time though to thanks for all those that have given such encouraging feedback. It's been quite humbling to hear how much my videos have been appreciated, because honestly, I haven't thought my videos were that great. There's so much more I would have liked to have done with them, including having a lot more off-bike footage going through sweepers and having better video quality, period. I guess I'm just as hard and critical on my own videos when I watch them as I am with the bikes, and the encouragement has really blown me away, so thank you. I was only going to do the original mobile phone video just to give some people some information that the pros hadn't put up there, but the feedback I've gotten has encouraged me to continue. Like always, any questions or criticism is welcomed, and I will try to respond to all comments as time allows and answer any questions to the best of my abilities. Thank you for watching.